So what was the question again? Oh, why is it called the traffic jam? Well, you know, the reason is, it's because I have two really cool cars. Seriously cool cars. And I love drifting, racing, because I am fast and slick. And plus, I like to create a bit of traffic jam myself with a whole lot of great music. Bulumnaka, my name is Real, your host and DJ, right here on the Today FM Traffic Jam every weekday from 3 p.m. to 7. Right here on Today FM, today's hit music.
In this bulletin, Prime Minister Bainimarama thanks World Rugby for understanding Fiji's position. Sevens rugby televised coverage secured. And dairy farmers to be compensated. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Prime Minister Bainimarama has thanked the World Rugby for understanding Fiji's position to televise Rugby 7 series in the country. Bainimarama adds that Fiji would have remained on Sevens blackout if World Rugby didn't intervene. Speaking in Lautoka today, the Prime Minister says Fiji, along with Samoa and Tonga, don't have the economic resources or the infrastructure. Most sponsors are small companies and not multinational giants, and most Fijians can't afford paid TV. The government says that allowing Fbctv to carry live coverage of the games will ensure all Fijians are not deprived from watching the much-anticipated sport.
Now, people in Nagasaki and those living outside the Fbctv footprint will be able to watch the Port Elizabeth game on FBC. And so will the people of Nandarivatu, people of Korowo, parts of Tabiuni, people of Ovalau, Kandavu, Koro, people of Naketi, Sianganga, Wenikoro, Ndaku, Maduata, Tainikula, and Ngaloa, to name a few.
The Prime Minister adds that while government recognizes the ownership of TV rights, it's more interested in the rights of ordinary people to watch the game they love. Fijians will now have full access to watch the World Rugby 7 series following government's agreement between the World Rugby, Fbctv and the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation. It was all smiles and cheers as government announced live television coverage of the tournament yesterday evening. Akosita Tale takes us through the rugby drama as it unfolded over the week.
It has been a sleepless week of negotiations to ensure Fijians get free televised access to the much-anticipated Rugby 7 series. The Attorney General says World Rugby has allowed the sub-licensing of TV rights of its events that Fbctv had initially acquired, which now allows Fbctv to broadcast the same feed.
The reality is, ladies and gentlemen, that there are many parts of Fiji where people do not get to see it if you only show it on one TV station. Free to air I'm talking about. It is our responsibility, it is incumbent upon us that such an important event, such an important sport that plays a pivotal role in Fiji's life, in particular also contributing to the economy.
The sub-licensing of rights applies to the entire season of the World 7 series, including the 2015 World Cup next year. Fijian Holdings Limited, which owns majority shares of Fbctv, says this commercial agreement is a win-win situation.
We are not losing anything, we are a listed company, and what has happened now, during Dubai leg, we couldn't do anything, and the Fiji public lost, and Fiji television too did not make any money. But now a situation has come up where the whole Fiji will be able to see on both television channels, as well as World Rugby 2 is much happier because they are going to make something out of it.
Farid adds the commercial agreement has been signed and is already in place to share the feed with the first game tonight from South Africa, proof in the pudding.
So whether the Fiji television management like it or not, it's a strategic decision that we have made. But we are happy the Fiji television will be able to share the feed with FBC, and the whole country will be able to see what they love. So that is what the more important. We need to take the national interest first.
World Rugby says it has decided to lift the embargo on the broadcast feed for the HSBC Sevens World Series with immediate effect after the Fijian government agreed to remove World Rugby events from the Television Decree 2014. It adds that central to government's decision was World Rugby's offer to grant Fbctv the right to sub-license in terms agreeable to World Rugby. World Rugby says this positive step serves the dual purpose of extending the broadcast footprint in Fiji while protecting World Rugby's commercial revenues. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Another life has been lost on our roads following the death of a man along the King's Highway this morning. The incident occurred this morning when the victim, a project manager from Ba, was driving his vehicle and veered off the King's Road near Nangia village and ended up in the Wainingbuka River. He was evacuated by villagers and taken to the Corriveau Hospital where he was pronounced dead. His vehicle remains submerged in the Wainingbuka River. Investigations continue. Dairy farmers can expect compensation from the government in the aftermath of the tuberculosis outbreak in cattle. Agriculture Minister Inia Seriratu says agricultural officers will now be assisting the Biosecurity Authority of Fiji, carrying out tests, reviews and monitoring of the situation. Maggie Boyle reports.
With more than 400 cattle affected with tuberculosis and the local milk production taking a hit, this news from the Agriculture Ministry should be a welcome respite.
There are certain formulas that they take into consideration, particularly on the market value. But as I've stated, it's the end of the year. We will have to get to government on that.
Making some headway in the outbreak, Seriratu says their manpower on the ground has doubled.
To work within the existing laws, agricultural officers will be appointed biosecurity officers. This is the same arrangement that we had in the eradication of termites, and likewise for iguana, where they have the authority to appoint agricultural officers as biosecurity officers so that agricultural officers can assist them.
While the situation still remains dire, the ministry is advising those farmers to continue to take precautions and quarantine any affected animals. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama opened a new $25 million biscuit factory in Lautoka today. This is a new initiative by Punja's Group, who are now diversifying into the biscuit business. Christopher Chand reports.
It's a multi-million-dollar venture. Lautoka-based business Punjas has opened its new biscuit factory.
It is a $25 million investment in the latest food production technology from Italy. It will immediately create 100 new jobs and another 200 over the next 2 years.
Apart from crackers, the factory will also produce sweet biscuits. More than half of the production will be exports to regional and overseas markets.
Here in Fiji, we are now making a range of products that we used to import. Not only biscuits and other foodstuffs, but items like exercise books and copying paper. And we are constantly looking for further opportunities to become self-sufficient, to keep creating jobs in manufacturing, and to identify new opportunities to improve our balance of payments by opening up export markets.
From its humble beginnings, the Punja's family business started from a small shop at Duvu in Singatoka to now being a major manufacturer of food and household products.
80 years ago, my grandfather had a dream to provide the customers of Fiji with the excellent quality products and services so that they may feel lucky to use our products. Today I'm very proud to say that his younger generation, including my younger generation, have further fulfilled my grandfather's dream.
Punja's breakfast crackers were introduced into the market today. It's competition for its rivals flour mills of Fiji. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
Coming up after the break, 99-year leases for squatters on native land.
Ya bino pwede mo nito chuma ini musik mo kaya bula FM number 2 na sir na ngona ni ndre manda kay Central Rental sa pwede na rusun ko dito minichi me ba na koloko. Ni sabula.
Oya wa tisoni dalai.
Gua ngai musik don.
Nama kikirau mena tolu kina bitu. Ena via kami moliti kina porombuka.
Gua dia na lali ne kami. Bula FM number 2 na sir.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The Itauke Land Trust Board is expected to implement its management system of squatter settlements, offering up to 99-year leases. According to the board's general manager, Alipati Ngetaki, this is part of the resettlement policy that was agreed to in 2012. Watisoni Raikandroka has the details.
The Itauke Land Trust Board has been mandated to better manage squatter settlements on native land. Under this arrangement, squatters will be offered leases.
For squatters on Itauke land, they will also issue 99-year leases with the, after consultation with the landowners and with the consent of the landowners, which also means with the consent of the TLTB.
TLTB General Manager Alipati Ngetaki says this is the government policy. Ngetaki says the board is administering land on behalf of the landowners who are consulted on every step.
We see that that is a positive step because it not only empowers squatters to have their own leases so that they can upgrade their living standards and look after their other interests.
The Itauke Land Trust Board says that squatters who normally reside illegally will, under this arrangement, to be obligated to pay rent to the TLTB for the landowners. Watisoni Rekanroka, FBC News.
31 members of parliament have voted against a motion to divest shares in national assets to Fijian persons and companies that have been in existence for the last 20 years. The motion was tabled by opposition MP Ratunaingama Lalambalavu in parliament. Watisoni Raikandroka reports.
We have a motion that the minister responsible for Itauke affairs ensure that the divestment of shares in national strategic assets like Fiji Ports, Fiji Electricity Authority and the Fiji Water Authority be divested only to Fijian persons and or companies that have been in existence in Fiji for the last 20 years. And for example, a consortium to be led by Fijian Holdings Limited.
Prime Minister Worenge Bainimarama, who is also the minister responsible for Itauke affairs, responded swiftly.
We will do it for the interest of the nation. And we all know about Fijian Holdings. I'm the Minister for Itauke Affairs, and I know what's been happening in Fijian Holdings, and we all know what happened in Fijian Holdings.
The Attorney General Ayaan Syed Kayum says bidding for government shares can't be given to any company.
Due to the economy, if you're going to get jaded bidding for the divestment of government shares, you cannot give preference to a particular company because it distorts the market. It distorts the market.
Syed Kayum adds there are many contradictions regarding this issue, that the government needs to have a transparent process in the divestment.
To create a modern economy in Fiji, we must have a transparent process in the divestment. We must get the best people. It's not just a question of capital, Madam Speaker. It's also the question of the human resource capacity.
The government says the divestment opportunity is available to everybody. There are people who bid for companies for state-owned enterprises as an investor company or as a management group. Watisoni Rigandoka, FBC News.
The Common Kings hit the stage tonight in Suva for their first show. The US-based band is in Fiji on its second tour and are bigger and better, with artists Tanel J. Bug and Fiji's own George Fbctv joining the entourage. FBC's Rain Project finalists got a chance to meet the band and get some helpful tips. Maggie Boyle reports.
Ooh, yeah. Whoa.
The Common Kings are here again, and this time their entourage includes Tanel, J. Boog and George Fbctv joining the crew tomorrow. Part of their tour, the Common Kings popped into the Fiji Broadcasting Office yesterday to meet with some of the local talent trying to make their way into the music industry.
This project is called Rain. It's called Rain. Rain symbolizes growth. Rain symbolizes blossoming, growth, development. And so we decided that we needed a program for aspiring artists because there's lots of aspiring artists in Fiji. There's a lot of people that love to sing. Well, we're islanders. We love to jam and have our singing sessions over the grog bowl.
For the budding artist, the Common King's success of mixing catchy tunes infused with their Pacific flavor was inspiring.
An honor to be here and to witness such great talent here in Fiji. And for me personally, I just wanted to say, because I'm a vocalist, I just want to say, like, just keep it up, you know, always work on your craft every day.
We've always believed that there's a lot of talent in the South Pacific, but people skip over it. You know, for one reason or another, there's either different avenues, there's different choices that as artists and talented musicians we take, and so that light never gets seen by everybody else. But it's undeniable there's talent in the South Pacific, you know.
It's amazing because each and every individual, we all have a story to tell. So with me being a vocalist as well, just singing and your emotion and playing, you guys are amazing. And then for the females, I salute you. You guys are awesome.
This is great. The Rain Project, that's a great, we should have this in the States, not just singing competitions, but those workshops, they pay off. And we've noticed we've been in the music industry for so long, and as a band and brothers, I know one thing is for sure, that success doesn't come easy.
The Common Kings play tonight at the Vodafone Arena in Suva.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're the reason I'm in alcohol.
Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Minister for Youth and Sports wishes Sevens team well for the South Africa Sevens. That's coming up.
Great words there from Lucky Dube and Babana. Hope you enjoyed that number. Different colors just for you on Gold FM. Only the classic hits. Louise with you on the Center Show. Well, thank you so much for the sweet company. This is Alana Miles, one of my favorites, and Black Velvet for you. Hi there. Join me on the Center Show every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the best sounds on Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
Welcome back. This is FBC Sports. The Minister for Youth and Sports, Laisenia Tuitumbo, has sent his well wishes to the Vodafone Fiji Sevens team for the South Africa Sevens. Tuitumbo says that the nation has faith in the team of a better performance despite their loss at the Dubai Sevens.
We have confidence in your performance in the Gold Coast, also in Dubai. What happened in Dubai? That is water under the bridge. So we are all behind you, and we wish you well on the game in Josta.
Fiji takes on France at 9:30 p.m. in Canada at 12:46 a.m. on Sunday in its pool matches. The last pool match against Scotland is at 6:26 a.m. You can watch the tournaments live on Fbctv and catch live commentaries of Fiji's matches on Bull FM. 24 local aspiring coaches have received their Level 1 athletics coaching certificates. The two-week workshop came to an end yesterday at Fasanok in Suva. Josephine Navula has the details.
After 10 days of learning the basics of coaching athletics, the inaugural workshop is a success.
This is a good proven record, and like I've mentioned already, the milestone achievement for us. Within 6 months, we are able to conduct two workshops.
Organizers have been impressed with the turnout during the workshop and are already planning for the future.
There were a lot of interest, and that has also encouraged us to provide more education for coaches next year.
Athletics Fiji President Joseph Roden Sr. says the initiative will strengthen the sport in the country.
Develop athletics so we can achieve our vision as the #1 sport in the South Pacific. Not in the South Pacific, but we want to be the #1 sport in Fiji.
Fiji's national coaching staff will now be injected with 24 certified coaches to add to the talent pool, ensuring our budding athletes are well guided in their next race. Josephine Novula, FBC Sports.
Bureta Football Club, the Fiji women's hockey team settled for bronze in the Oceania Hockey Tournament. This was after the side thrashed Papua New Guinea 8-0 in the match for 3rd and 4th position today. Josephine Novula joined the teams down at the turf and filed this report.
The home team put on a strong performance to secure the 3rd place in the tournament. Team coach Alison Southey says the girls improved from their last match.
The girls came out so much harder. Thursday's scoreline was 3-1 and today's was 8-0. So, I believe they left everything on the field, which is really good.
Despite the impressive scorelines against PNG, Southey says the team can do better.
We still need to work on a lot of skill, and we're learning so much of the Australians and New Zealanders that are here. And, the girls just have so much to learn, and we're looking forward to starting training in January again for SPG.
The coach taking a moment to commend the players for their sacrifices making it this far.
I'd just like to thank, the women for their commitment, for, giving up their time to represent the country. The win we give back to our families and supporters. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to, be here.
While the Fiji men's and women's hockey sides have qualified for the 2nd round of the World League round competition next year. Josephine Novula, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Chinese Table Tennis Association introduced an Oceania Table Tennis Disability Program today. Fiji Paralympics Association President Mary Roden says it will enable all budding table tennis hopefuls to showcase their talents.
It's huge because the children get a chance to travel abroad for further training, intensive training.
The program that is part of the draft inclusive sports policy has been developed by the Fiji National Sports Commission, Fasanok, Fiji Disabled People's Federation and FNCDP. Bureta Football Club made a comeback after winning their 2nd match against Lockyer Football Club 3-1 at the Chris Sainz National Club Championships today. The team played to a 1-1 draw with Namaka Football Club in its opening match yesterday. In the other matches that were played today, Koromakawa FC played to a 1-1 draw against Civic FC. Gandhi Lions defeated Tuvila Villa FC 1-0 and Namaka FC thrashed Press FC 5-2. The tournament is still underway at the Ratatakambau Park in Nausori. The festive heat is upon us with temperatures averaging 31 degrees today. Rain was experienced in Suva, Savasavu and Lambasa. Elsewhere, fine weather prevailed. East to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas, moderate southeast swells, poor visibility in areas of heavy rain and thunderstorms. Temperatures, it was an average of 31 degrees today, a scorcher across the island, with Nandi posting a high of 33 degrees with a low of 30 recorded in Suva. Tomorrow, expect more heat with afternoon showers forecast countrywide. Fine weather, however, is expected in the AM across the group with the exception of the capital, so pack that umbrella before you head out to the morning church service. Further outlook, some showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, fine, apart from afternoon or evening showers with possible thunderstorms. And recapping the headlines, Prime Minister Vorengam Bainimarama thanks World Rugby for understanding Fiji's position. Sevens rugby televised coverage secured and dairy farmers to be compensated. To this week's poll question, we're asking, was Fiji overconfident in its loss against Australia in the Dubai Sevens? Visit our FBC website, www.fbc.com.fj to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's news for tonight. Join us again at the same time tomorrow. Till then, good evening.